Hi guys, we are very fortunate tonight that we have here Mr. Mark V. Vanlalrema. We have here and we are going to interview tonight here. He is assistant professor of Saiha Government College in the English department. He is a great person. Later on we are going to know what kind of person he is. Okay, first of all, Mr. Mark, hello.
Thanks for having me. I'm not a great person.
Okay. First of all, I would like to ask you the village or the place from which you originated.
Yeah, I was born in a village or the outskirts of Kolkata
Okay.
called Serampur. I visited that place only once, so the end of 2019. But I was
Okay.
brought up my whole childhood and my early part of adulthood in Serkon, Lunglei.
Okay.
And after that, my family shifted to Aizawl. So in the year 1999,
Okay.
ever since 99, as in Aizawl.
Yes. I came to know that your father is pastor. Am I right?
That's correct.
Okay.
He was once a pastor, now retired
Okay.
minister.
Yes, he's still alive.
Yes, by God's grace, God has prolonged his life. He's still alive.
Okay. How many siblings do you have?
How many brothers and sisters?
Yes, okay.
Our siblings, we are five. I'm the youngest.
Youngest.
Yeah, I got two brothers, two sisters.
Okay. And what about your mother? Is she
Yes,
still
by
alive?
God's grace, she's also still alive. She's 88, 80 somewhere.
Okay.
And my father is 90, so there's a 10-year difference in their age.
Okay. So, in which college did you finish your bachelor's degree?
I finished my BA in Bachunga University College, Aizawl.
And your master's degree?
Masters, I did my master's in English literature. It's in MZU or Mizoram University.
Okay. When did you complete your master's degree?
It was about 2009, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 2009. Yes.
Yeah. I came to know that you were deeply involved in EU ministry while you were in college. Okay.
That's correct.
Yeah. Can you please tell me about that
Yeah,
in detail?
I did not intend on involving in all of these activities, extracurricular activities,
Okay.
when I first joined college. Well, I joined college very, very late, actually. So I had one mission. My mission is just to finish my BA.
Okay.
I didn't want to get involved in all these. I felt that all these things are distractions.
Okay. Which subject did you take in BA?
I didn't have any kind of honors or core subjects, as they would put it
General?
today. Yeah, I'm just a general BA, that
Okay.
guy.
Okay.
So they dragged me in, they pulled me in, they prayed for me, and they were so vehement
Okay.
in their persuasion. And so that's when I got started. But finally, I got to like it, and I dove in, and I swam in. I enjoyed the entire
Okay.
process, and now here I am.
Then you jump into the EU ministry.
Yes.
Okay. So, which you have been the president, or which kind of ministry did you have in the EU ministry?
Yeah, I took.
Can you tell me in detail?
Yeah, the role of a president
Yeah.
in my college
Yes.
in the year 2006, I believe. And then the year before that, 2005, I was the vice president. And the year before that, 2004, when I joined college, I was one of the executive committee members. And then later on, I also was secretary of Aizawl Intercollegiate Evangelical Union, which
Okay.
is a combination of all the units in Aizawl, EU units, Evangelical Union.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, so I acted as a later on their advisors and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you your education. In which division did you pass BA?
Well, my grades are not that great. Just a second grade. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
like second division. So
Okay, so finishing your bachelor's degree, Did you study master's degree
Yes, brother.
just after that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It's in English literature.
So did you continue to involve in the EU ministry when you were in the university?
Yeah, I was, and yes, I was. By that time, I was already graduate, so they put me as a kind of I think treasurer in the MEGF, Mizoram Evangelical Graduates
Okay.
Fellowship. Of course, sometimes I'd take a leave for a while, a little hiatus, because my studies were so heavy. And yeah, and then of course at the MZU, Mizoram University, we bunch up along with my other U friends, brothers and sisters, and we formed a prayer cell, MEGF prayer cell. We were supposed to continue with the Evangelical Union,
Okay.
but we just couldn't do it for one semester. So the next semester we started the prayer cell, which met every Friday evening.
Within the university
Yes,
campus.
campus. We
Okay.
use different rooms. Mostly, finally, we settled. I think at the end, the social work department class.
So did you involve? Did you continue to involve in the EU ministry in the university?
Yes, I did, brother. Not like the format that we followed at the college level,
Okay.
but the EGF level. We call it Evangelical Graduates Fellowship. I was involved.
Okay.
They put me as a treasurer, so I did that job.
Okay.
And simultaneously, at the end of the week, a bunch of with other EU members, former EU members who are now in the university. So we get together and pray. We form something called EGF prayer cell.
Okay. Yes. How many students involved in there?
Oh,
in
there are
that?
very, very few out of the hundreds of students. Sometimes 5, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, 10, all
Yeah.
that. But we were not phased. We were unfazed.
Okay. Did the professors involve?
Sometimes they did, maybe 2 or 3, but mostly none of them were involved.
Okay, yeah. You may not know that. Yeah, as you know, we are your seniors. So I was the first secretary of the EU in Mizoram University. So when we pass out, maybe it was the activity will stop. I don't know.
Yeah, we were actually supposed to carry that forward,
Okay.
but we were not able to do it because of the pressure that was so heavy on us academically.
Yeah.
And so for one whole semester, we were not able to do anything. But the second semester on, we got together and we formed instead, not EU, but EGF, a prayer cell, since
Okay.
we are already graduates. So that's how we went about.
So when you finish your master's degree, I came to know that you continue to involve in the EGF ministry, isn't it?
I did.
Okay. Can you introduce me to EGF? What is EGF? What's
Well,
its long
EGF is
form?
long form is Evangelical Graduates Fellowship.
Okay.
Now EGF is also part of something called UESI, which is a students movement, Union of Evangelical Students of India. So there's basically 2 things. First is the EUs, we call it Evangelical Unions.
Okay.
They're operating at the college level, and the members are college students or post-matric students. When they graduate, they become EGF members,
I see.
Evangelical Graduates Fellowship, and
I
of
see.
course many of the EUs, former EUs, do not continue, and so EGFs are small groups, but they are supporting the EU ministry
Okay.
by mentoring, by counseling, by being their resource persons, and prayer in all sorts of
Yeah,
ways.
they act as a parent
Yes.
ministry.
Yes, they're the parents. Yes.
Okay. Yes. So by now, how many EGF units are there in Mizoram?
Well, as of now, I think there's Aizol, Lunglei, Siaha, Champai, and Kozol. So those are the units that have sprung up. And I think there are other contact centers also where we do not have a formal EGF unit, but graduates are present.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
for instance, in some city or in some towns, it is some people want to set up the unit of EGF. How can they set up?
well, first I think they
What's
need
the
to
process?
know, yeah, they need to know what we do. They
Yes.
need to have the same vision, same mission. So at UESI we have a mission, we have a vision, and our approach to ministry is a little different than the rest or other campus ministries. So they can call up if anyone's interested, they can call up our resource person, our missionaries or staff workers, we call them staff workers, or other graduates from other towns, and they can come and tell them how to set up. It's quite easy. Actually, they need to really come together periodically in a month and have a prayer group. So fellowshipping is the way to start.
Okay. What's the connection between the EGF and UESI?
As I said earlier, UESI is the name. Under UESI, there are two groups operating. First is the graduates, and second the EUs,
Okay.
evangelical unions. So we are all part of that UESI family. Graduates and students.
Okay.
Students are EUs, graduates are EGF members.
Okay, thank you so much. I came to know that you recently you have had the MEGF conference. How many conference? Is it the first conference?
Yes, this is the first one.
Okay.
It's a pioneer project.
Okay. So should there be the second conference next year?
Based on the reception and the reflections that I believe of this first conference, I believe there is every indication that we will definitely have a second one and a third one and a fourth one.
Okay.
So I guess there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's very promising.
Okay, thank you so much for the informative interview. So I would like to ask you regarding your study, especially your English. How long have you been in USA?
I haven't been to any other foreign countries.
Okay, yeah. Many people think that you have been in the USA for a long period of time, or some people even believe that you were born in USA. So you can speak just like Native American. How did you study just like that?
I don't think I speak just like them. It's just that I have a passion for sound. I used to play music. I like music and sounds. And so when I studied language, especially grammar, English grammar, I didn't do very well at the beginning. But my love for sound music is translated. It really helped me in my study of the English language, the phonetics, and all these little details. And that's how I got the sound.
Okay, did you study? When did you start studying American accent?
I think it was basically about 2003. It's not necessarily American. I just wanted to sound better.
Yes. Okay.
Well, the seed was sown when I was it was probably in 1996 somewhere. A troupe of musicians and all these gospel singers. They came from Shillong to my church. They were like young boys and girls, just like my age, and they were able to speak nicely, fluently, and they have absolutely no embarrassment speaking. I looked at them from a podium in that church, and I was like, wow, so blown away. So yeah, someday I'm gonna be speaking just like them or as better than them. So that's the beginning, the genesis of it all.
Very good. How can we motivate the little students to be able to speak just like the native speakers?
Yeah,
How can
English
we
is
teach?
English language is musical, so musical. It's a stressed language, unlike the Mizo that
Is
we
it a
speak.
tonic language?
it's totally different. It's a stress language, a stress timed language. So every word is stressed. So you got one syllable, you stress the whole thing. You got more than one syllable, then you need to know where to stress. The stress should be correct.
Yeah, right.
And so that's where things get a little bit tricky and difficult because we're so used to speaking, pronouncing English language, English words, the way we would do with Mizo.
Okay. Yeah.
So we need to know when to stress.
It's very difficult to talk just like the native speakers. So we are very fortunate that even we can interview you. Even though you never lived in the USA, however, you can speak just almost just like American.
I don't know what.
I do appreciate you. So we the tribal people, when we go down to other parts of India, sometimes we are looked down by the other people, our fellow Indians.
True.
That may be because of the language problem. Is it right?
Yeah, to a great extent that's true. Well, to great extent also, another great extent. There are other factors also, like economic reasons and so on and so forth. But yes, one of the reasons could be because we could hardly speak English language fluently and swiftly, quickly, more powerfully, effectively, all those. We are not able to deliver as persuasive or as powerful as they could do it.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons. If you speak good English, especially the academic circles, you're going to be respected.
Right.
They won't brush you aside. They will, look at you with high regard, and you can have your way.
Yeah. Okay, because of your pronunciation and your accent, you would have been very impressive, and you would have been very influential, even among the Vai people. Am I right?
I don't know about that.
Frankly
but,
speaking.
I think it really helps me.
Okay.
It really helps me.
I think so.
For instance, I won debate competition in 2007 in the Northeast, and the year before that, I won second prize at the debating competition
Yes. Okay.
university.
Yeah, I know that.
And one of the reasons we could attribute to is that I was able to speak very fluently, as I said, very forcefully, and all the intonations and all those little details. I think, that time Obama, a great orator, was also in power in the USA, and so we watch him and speaking, and we were so influenced. It really helps.
Yeah, language is very important. If you can speak in a language very well, you'll be very influential to some extent.
No doubt. Yes.
It's just like the dress. If we dress up decently, well, we can be very influential to some extent.
Yes,
so just
exactly.
Like that, yeah.
You need to dress properly. You might have a lot of clothes and stuff, but if you dress improperly, like if the color combinations, if they're not fashionable or not nice, and people are not gonna like you, or you're not gonna be impressive. Just like that. In language also, you might have known a lot of grammar points and these and that, but if you don't know how to put these things together. You don't even have to use complex vocabulary. You just gotta use very simple language that just know how to speak things persuasively. Which vocab, a very simple vocab, and the flow of language. You need to know what to piece together.
Okay.
That would do the trick.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay. Thanks. Thank you so much for giving time for interview. Okay, let's shake hands.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. That's all.